on, let's go outside. Let's take a walk in the sun. There are things to learn and things to see. A big wide world for you, your dog, and me. Dog Talk. Hi folks, welcome to Dog Talk. I'm Pat Becker. We have a super show for you today, and we're going to start off with Marsha Sneed. How are you?
Fine, thank you, Pat.
It's so good to see you, and you brought Shae today, and Shae is a beautiful baby. Tell me about her.
Shae is 8 years old. She's a pound puppy. I found Shae at Animal Welfare in Stillwater, and she's just been the perfect dog. She gets along well with other dogs and my cats, and just is always by my side.
I can't believe she's 8, by the way. I just want to reiterate that. This dog is 8. It looks like she's like 4 or 3.
Oh, I know it, and she's got some excellent breeding here, too. You know, I'm always fascinating. Breeding is kind of my thing, and when I get a crossbred on, I am really excited about it because you can see some of the different breeds that are in this dog. I see some German Shepherd. I see some Border Collie. You know, there are such a lot of different breeds that are involved in these kinds of crossbreedings, and she likes Ted. Yes, she does.
And I do wish everyone at home could pet Shae because she might be the softest dog I've ever pet.
Did you bathe her before you brought her?
Yes, but she's just always had a very nice coat.
Oh,
she's
absolutely, a beautiful dog, and great. You know,
girl.
When God does these little breeding things, sometimes they're just perfect. Have you noticed? But we have made her the dog of the week. Now, she does agility and what have you with, I guess, Nancy Haddock and Twister Agility. And so how long has she been doing it?
We've been practicing off and on for several years, but just recently we started training regularly again with Nancy. And we've just recently started competing too. So we hope to go for a few more trials.
Oh, excellent. So she has competed. Well, of course, this is a big thing, folks, but whether or not you compete, the important thing is to get your dogs going, interacting with you in some of these sports. There are so many sports and things to do. And I'm betting you she might be good at barn hunting.
I would bet she would be. We haven't tried it yet, but I think I may try to bring her out one of these times.
You may try that.
She melts your heart. She just looks right at you when you're petting her.
Oh, I know
everything.
This is
so
one thing
cute.
I love about her. Yes, she has that look. A Border Collie would do
so
that.
Cute.
We have made her the dog of the week, and we have a $100 gift certificate for you.
So much.
And we're going to let her see some of these things. I've got something. Whoa! Whoa! What happened? What is that? What is that, Shae? Is that something fun? Is it fun?
Looks like an elephant.
Yes, you can have that elephant. That is your elephant. Yes, it is.
Squeaker.
It's a squeaker, yes, and she loves it.
She does.
Well, we have some other goodies in here for her too, but she is precious.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you for bringing her in. She is just wonderful. A great choice, a great home, a great dog, a great handler. We appreciate it so much. We're going to take a quick break, folks, and we'll be right back.
One Pet Emporium is Oklahoma's authority on healthy nutrition for dogs and cats. Quality does not have to cost more, and we only have the best. If your pet suffers from allergies, digestive issues, skin infections, or hair loss, it may be the result of their diet. One Pet Emporium can help. We offer pet portraits monthly, adorable rescue animals every Saturday from noon to 4, and free dog and cat food samples. Locally owned and operated, we want to be your neighborhood pet store.
How fortunate we are to have some friends up from almost out of state. You live in such areas that are so wide from where Oklahoma City is. Paige, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good to see you. And Angela, how are you?
I'm great, thank you.
And you know, you guys are so special because you are with rescues that do some very important things, and we were so excited about him. And from these regions that are kind of a little bit out of our reach, it's so nice to kind of make contact and find out about what's going on in the areas. So let's talk about what's happening in the north part of the state. Paige, what's going on and where are you from?
I am from Skiatook.
Skiatook?
Yeah.
And Skiatook is, of course, in the, northeast?
Yeah, 30 minutes north of Tulsa.
And so this beautiful dog that you have brought is up for adoption.
He is.
And he is just gorgeous. So where did he come from?
He actually came from our local pound. He was picked up as a stray, and he was pretty much hairless when we got him. So he's
Yeah, I can see that he has. Is this a little mange or?
he actually didn't have mange. He was checked for that, but it was a severe flea allergy.
Flea allergy and bruising that I can see here. But what a great temperament. So tell me about the place in Skiatook.
Well, we're a pretty small rescue. We started about 3 years ago, and we mainly pull dogs from the local pound. Any that they get 72 hours, they have to sit on stray hold, and then they are either put up for adoption or, worse.
Exactly.
But-
And of course, in a municipality as large as Tulsa or Oklahoma City, we would consider Skiatook in these areas more rural.
Yeah.
So, and this I find is a definite need, folks, for you to participate. And anybody that's around Skiatook, would probably be a very, very hesitant to do anything, because the rules are different, and there are different fundings for different areas. So I imagine that your shelter does a really good job, very courageously, I'm sure. But the funds are needed then for your organization, and what do you call it? Is it just the rescue that you work with, the shelter you work with?
We are a dog rescue, Skiatook Paws and Claws Animal Rescue, and we
Paws and Claws, okay.
And we work with the local animal control.
Okay, excellent. So Angela, now, tell me about your area. You're almost in Arkansas.
Almost. We're about 28 miles from Fort Smith, Arkansas.
Wow. So tell me about it.
We're a small town also. We pull our dogs also from the city pound in Poto. We also help people that don't have the resources, like if someone's in a dire need, a house is burned, elderly people, whatever, that can't take care of the animals. We also help them, the dogs that aren't in the city pound. Our dogs have 5 days or they're euthanized there. So my partner and I, Mitzi, we go in on Mondays and Wednesdays and take pictures of the dogs, post them. Hopefully the owners will come find them.
Wow, 5 days is a very short period of time.
It is.
So how many would you say are in that shelter?
There could be anywhere from, there's enough places for like 12 dogs. And then there's cages for cats. And we do save the cats that are in there also.
How many are in the shelter? How many does it house? Your
There are
in
8
Skiatook?
runs.
There are 8. It just astounds me, that in rural areas that these dogs would get lost or abandoned, because in rural areas the dogs are members of the family. They work at the ranches. This kind of thing. I would suppose education in spaying and neutering is a very big project, right?
Yes.
Would you say it was in Skiatook also?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so important, folks. Really, the spay and neuter aspect is huge. The other reason that dogs do get put into pounds, as you say, or shelters, is their behavior. So trainers are really important too in this fact. But we applaud you so much for what you do, because it's a big issue in this state, rurally, to get everything organized. And what a wonderful project. You guys must work 24/7 on this.
We do. Everybody says, I worked 8 hours today, and I'm like, well, I wish I could only work 8 hours. It's 12 and 14 hours a day, and there's 2 of us that do it. But of course, we have our fosters, our volunteers, and our supporters, because without them, Mitzi and I couldn't do this.
Right. And so you do one important factor too with these areas is transport. Do you use transport at all in Skiatook?
We haven't, but are definitely going to be looking into it in the future.
Yeah, I mean, I have some friends along this line, so please get in touch with me about that. But you do transfer, right?
Yes. We were lucky enough. Of course, we pay for it monthly, but we bought us a big van, and we just sent 29 dogs last night to Chicago.
Wow.
So.
That is such an important factor. I mean, it's one of the foundations. Do you have fosters or anybody who will take these dogs in between times?
Well, that's what we're foster based.
Okay.
We only have an office for our transport dogs. We pull them in about 2 days before transport to make sure they get their health certs, make sure everybody's had their rabies and everything, no fleas and ticks, because our rescues that we work with up north don't care for fleas and ticks, because they usually and part scratching.
And there he goes. It would be really, really excellent if you did have this kind of facility to work with. And please do, as I say, get in touch with me. We appreciate it so much, and because you guys have been so great at this, we have you, and we will tell you where to go with this. This is a $100 gift certificate to a store here called One Pet Emporium, who is one of our sponsors. And we hope that you will go there and buy for your dogs, your personal dogs, whatever it is that you want. These are for these little dogs, and of course this is treats and everything for them. And this one especially, this dog is just comfortable anywhere, and you've done a great job. Was he always this social?
He's been awesome ever since I've had him. He's
and
super loving.
And it's amazing. It is just amazing to me. Well, we hope that you will keep us informed and updated, because we will do whatever it takes, to help you along these lines, okay? Girls, thank you so much. I can't tell you how much it means, because the rural areas need help, and you're doing that, and I'm so pleased and proud for you. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Hey, Dog Talk fans, make sure you join the conversation on social media. Just go to facebook.com/dogtalktv. We'd love to hear a story of your furry friend, so send us an email to pat@dogtalktv.com. You could be featured as our Dog of the Week. Now, enjoy the show.
So, Ted, you missed a great event.
I know.
I mean, it was fantastic at Pet Expo. And next year, you got to go with me, because, I mean, you will have so much fun. It is. It's so much fun. There are dogs, there are people. It's like a carnival. You can't hear yourself very well because everybody's having such a fantastic time, that it's like being in a circus or something.
It sounds like my kind of place.
It definitely is. Watch this.
This is Angel Soriano with Canine University, and we're over at the Pet Expo 2016 interviewing Pat. Pat, what
Becker,
are we doing here?
I am here, and I am so glad that you're taking charge here.
Well, I'm trying, but it's a hard job, trust me.
Well, I'll tell you what, as a trainer and as good as you guys are, I feel very comfortable with that. So tell me what's going on.
Well, we're here for the 2016 event and see where this leads us. Just talking to people, helping them out.
Oh, that's the important thing. And of course, folks, we always say every year, please, for goodness sakes, you get a puppy or you get an older dog adopted, take it to a trainer. Am I right?
Yeah, without a doubt. A lot of behavioral issues out there that can be handled pretty quickly just by having the right person look at them.
Absolutely. And dogs, are great pretenders. They try to put on a good face, and then when you get them home and they get comfortable in their surroundings, some of these behavioral issues will come out.
Yeah.
So the best thing to do is to go to somebody like you guys, and just say, let's find out about this dog's temperament, about their personality.
Yep, without a doubt.
And make it fit into the family. That's the important thing.
Yeah, dogs will change typically about a week into their new environment, and simply because they're so much more comfortable in that environment,
right.
And they become the real dog that you should have known all along.
That's
and
exactly
that's when you'll
right.
see the issues if you have them.
And this is the thing, with a puppy, of course, its mind is totally open. So it's an easy do.
Yes.
And whatever the handlers do has an impact on that dog. So it better be something good. It better be something right.
It better be positive.
And when you get a dog that from an adoptive kind of atmosphere, you don't know. Its history's an X factor. It may have been abused. It may have been neglected. It may have been, abandoned. You just don't know. So it takes time to heal for a dog like that.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And to pay attention to what's going on with it. So, Jessica, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Excellent. So we have been looking at your booth and everything here. Now, I understand that it's got a new proprietor.
Yes, I just recently took over Best Friends Pet Hotel off of East Memorial, and we've done a lot of new changes, and we've updated a whole bunch of stuff, and it looks fantastic. We have a new doggy day camp, which is amazing.
Excellent. So when you take it over, was there anything to renovate? Did you add anything new structurally, or?
Yes, we actually bought the building behind us, and we added a whole big DDC room, which is doggy day camp for us. So it allows the guests or people coming in to have their dogs there for 4 hours a day while they're at work and play and tucker them out.
Excellent. So do you do any like grooming or bathing or anything?
We have grooming and we have boarding as well. So we still have those going, and our grooming facility is amazing. Our 2 groomers have been there for 18 plus years. They've done show dogs. They've done great work.
Fantastic. Well, we're looking forward to going over there and checking it out.
Yes, ma'am. We'd love to have you.
All right, we'll do it.
All right.
So, Buddy, you are a sitter for Carrie's Pet and Home Care.
Yes, ma'am. We come to your home. We do potty breaks, walk and feed. We even do overnights. Anything to make. We don't call them dogs or cats. We call them people's second kids.
And that's generally what it
true.
is.
That's the truth.
So, how long have you been with Carrie?
I've been with Carrie 2 years.
When you leave a dog, they feel the abandonment. You know, they think there's something terrible going on. And then, you know, somebody walks in that is kind and good, and they go, well, this may not be so bad.
That's right. We got a new friend.
We got a new friend, and that's what makes the difference. So the people come home, the dogs and cats and pets are happy, and that keeps the business going.
Absolutely. And we love what we do.
And I believe that. I've known them for a long, long time, and they have never disappointed me. They are always on target.
Good.
So I recommend them highly, folks. You're going to leave town for any time, call Carrie. And of course, our visit to this Pet Expo event wouldn't be complete without an interview with our special and favorite sponsor, OKC Pets Magazine, Marilyn King. How are you?
I'm good, Pat. Thank you.
Well, you know, we spotted the booth, and I went, uh-oh, got to get over there. You have so many wonderful articles in your magazine.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. We try hard to put out a good editorial product for people.
Oh, and it really is, because as my mission is to get all the information out to everybody about how to train a dog, how to treat a dog, how to medically, you know, get a dog connected with a wonderful veterinarian. I can't wait when I get one. I read every single inch of it.
Oh, well, thank you so much. And we appreciate you and all that you do for the animal world, too.
Well, you know, it takes...
You work amazingly hard.
Well, don't we all? And it takes us all, doesn't it?
It does.
Absolutely.
It takes a village and then some.
It really does. Well, of course, we did have time to stop by our booth and check with you, Michelle, to see how things are going.
I tell you what, Pat, this is probably one of my favorite events that we do all year long. There are so many rescues here. There's so many different activities going on all day. It's just incredible.
Yeah, it is. It's a fun kind of event. And of course, we've got our books going here. Now, I think you came up with an idea for a raffle for these the people who want maybe to get one of these books, and they put their name in, and we do a drawing, and then they get a book.
Yeah, we've had so many people come out, and they've had a look at your books, and they've asked where they could find them. Of course, we tell them about the website and such. But I told them, I said, you know what? We're going to give one of each book away at the end of this weekend. So I told them if they would just enter into the drawing, then somebody's going to take home one of each of your books.
That's exactly right, and we are so pleased to do that. I think that they'll enjoy them. We're going to go on and get some more interviews, and you hang in there, and we'll talk with you later.
Okay, great.
Okay, see ya. So, Tiffany, what's going on at Tornado Alley?
Oh, tons of stuff. We have our kissing booth out here. We have tons of stuff for sale. We have t-shirts, blankets. We have a raffle. We're just out here having a great time.
Oh, I tell you, who could resist giving a big kiss to a sweet-looking bulldog like that?
Not me. I do it every day.
Oh, I'm telling you, and I have a hard time keeping my husband from this booth every year because he wants a bulldog so badly. So you have any events coming up?
We do. We have a lot of events coming up. We'll be at One Pet Emporium a couple times this fall. We're going to Barktoberfest up by Tulsa.
Yes.
So we have a busy fall planned.
Oh, I'm so glad, because I'm always amazed that these little dogs could wind up needing help. They are so precious, you know, but this is the way of life, and we do the best we can.
Absolutely.
Well, it's so good to see you, and this is a wonderful booth, and there again, you know, probably should charge at least $1 for one of those kisses. It's certainly worth it.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you. Kelly, this booth is fantastic. Rally Round the Pits.
Oh, yeah.
I'm ready to go with the Rally Round the Pits thing. I love the motorcycle ideas and everything that you guys do. I mean, the guys that participate in this event. Now, you're having an event coming up pretty soon, too.
Yes, on Sunday, October 9th.
October the 9th?
Second Sunday in October.
Oh, fantastic. So where is it going to be?
At Iron Nation Harley Davidson.
And that's in Edmond.
In Edmond, just south of 33rd Street on Broadway.
Right. And so you're going to have all the motorcycles again?
Oh yeah, all kinds of motorcycles, live music, raffles, silent auction, everything.
It
Raise money
always
for the
is.
rescue.
It is so much fun.
Family fun, free.
Well, I've got to get out there because every time I go out there, your husband gives me a ride on his motorcycle.
That's right.
And I look forward to it.
A nice, clean motorcycle.
Oh, it's a wonderful, and he is wonderful too.
There's a lot going on there.
Oh, there is
sure.
so much, Ted. It is so much fun. Every year it gets more and more fun. And this year it was 2 days instead of Saturday, just Saturday. It was Saturday and Sunday. So it was great. And Michelle tells me we handed out 500 of the Dog Talk bags.
Oh, wow.
So there were a lot of people to get some good information. Folks, it's a great event to have. And next year you're going to have to go. So we're going to take a quick break, and Audra Hedges is with us. We're going to entertain her and kind of get some information on the dog food that she presents, which is absolutely excellent. We'll be right back.
One Pet Emporium is Oklahoma's authority on healthy nutrition for dogs and cats. Quality does not have to cost more, and we only have the best. If your pet suffers from allergies, digestive issues, skin infections, or hair loss, it may be the result of their diet. One Pet Emporium can help. We offer pet portraits monthly, adorable rescue animals every Saturday from noon to 4, and free dog and cat food samples. Locally owned and operated, we want to be your neighborhood pet store.
Audra Hedges is with us today, my friend who actually sells some of the premier food for dogs, and I had to have her on. I waited a long time, and now is my chance, so tell us about Primal.
Well, thank you. First of all, let me come. It's been kind of a passion with me to be able to reach people and talk a little bit about raw foods. I think part of it's because of where I started from and my daughter teaching me about raw foods about 12 years ago.
Wow.
And how scary I was. It was very scary at that time. And then today, here I am selling raw foods.
So tell us about some of them. Now, these we know are raw. They're bones.
Right, right. So the whole purpose behind raw is that what we're trying to do is help animals live a better, longer life.
Right.
The way you do it is by adding some raw into their diet. I'm not saying you have to do it all the time, but adding some is going to make such a huge difference. Bones, what they do for them is, if you think about it, is that it's got bone marrow in there. So the bone marrow is glucosamine conjoinant, which is going to help moisten their hips and joints.
Exactly. Plus, good for their teeth.
And then you get into the outside of that bone, and what you're going to see is that this is going to give all the meat or the raw factor. Dogs and cats do not have saliva that breaks down the tartar and plaque. So when you add raw into their diet, that saliva meets that raw, and it creates the enzymes that's going to break the tartar and plaque
Which is absolutely perfect.
See, and I didn't even know that this is good for the dog, but these are party savers. Every time I have friends over something like that, you throw that in the corner, the dog's healthy and
happy.
Exactly.
Ours.
And now I will say there are bones and then there are bones.
Yes.
These kind of bones are very good for dogs. Some of them aren't. You don't want to get chicken bones or turkey bones or something like that.
That's why I listen to you ladies.
That's good. That's good. So tell us about these beautiful things out here.
Well, and one other thing I'll tell you is that raw food in a grocery store is made to be cooked. Food in a pet store is made to be raw. So what happens is when you have cooked bones, it's going to splinter, but raw bones do not. So when you go into these pet specialty stores, they'll be able to help you with the right size that's for their dog, and they won't be swallowing them like they can on other types of treats. Then you have your raw food. So raw food, if you think about it, is their stomachs are made to actually eat raw, and a lot of people don't really realize that. So they have a very acidic stomach, and they need to be able to break that food down.
Exactly.
So when you add the raw into it, now their stomachs are not working so hard. It's easier on their digestive system.
It's more natural,
and
more
it's going to
normal.
have better benefits.
Exactly. So these that you have featured here, are these these things?
So this is your raw nuggets, which is this right here. They're very easy to feed your dogs. I go in once a week. I spend about an extra 5-10 minutes, prepare all my food, put it in the freezer, and then I take 2 out every day, and then have them, every night, and then they have it ready for the next day.
Exactly.
The smaller bites are great for those smaller dogs.
Or treats. They could even
and
be
they
used as
absolutely
treats.
can do these as treats too.
Yeah.
Or peels.
Right.
Throw the
now
pill in
these
there.
I know are not frozen. They're
correct. These are freeze-dried, so they pull that moisture out of there. And when they pull that moisture out of there, so now it becomes very handy. The way you rehydrate it is that you do cooler water. A lot of people do freeze-dried food, but they don't realize that you need to put cooler water in it. When you add the cooler water, it's going to reintroduce that raw factor.
Right.
Then again, it's going to start breaking the tartar and plaque off of their teeth.
Now, can you feed these as a treat?
I do mine. They actually get these for treats and they get these for treats because, again, these are healthier, not adding fat into their food. They're adding health.
What's this, beef jerky?
These are my favorites and my dog's favorite, I will tell you, these little round pieces.
Yeah, these are great for even larger dogs. They break up very easily. But the cool part is learning how to read ingredient panels. If I could teach you anything out there in the pet industry, is read ingredient panels and understand them. So you could actually eat it. And I have a lot of people do, because it's pretty much like a beef jerky.
Oh, Tim.
All it is you have beet heart, I'm gonna tell you now, and then honey and sea salt. The reason behind that is because it's got
a little ranch.
Needs a little ranch. That can probably be in your pantry.
Yeah, exactly. But these now, so the basically, let's get down to the foundation. The difference between food like this and canned food and the dry food that is what everybody finds in the stores that we don't read the labels of, which we should read the labels of. What is the basic difference?
Canned food is actually going to be slightly more than if you do raw food. So there's
slightly more
expensive. And so when it's slightly more expensive, then let's look at the benefits behind how it's going to help. By adding raw into it instead of canned food, you're going to be able to help the teeth, soothe the tartar and plaque. A lot of times what happens is it helps take the sugars out of their food, because that's what causes them to have a lot of their dental issues.
Well, and I will tell you that since you got my dog started on this, every time I feed her, or right before, if I'm not really fast at it, she whines.
Yes.
She sits there and whines at me. I go, just a minute, I'm working on this.
You should have 3 doing that to you.
Exactly. I can imagine. So tell me finally about the goat's milk.
Goat milk, I can't tell you how important goat milk is.
Let's hold this here so we can camera and get a picture of this.
Goat milk is so vitally important. It's amazing how many people's really picking up on this. A long time ago, a few years ago, it was all about coconut oil. Now it's about goat milk.
Okay, but milk.
No, it has
milk?
to be unpasteurized goat milk.
Okay, but regular cow's milk is not that good.
It is not good for the dog or cat.
Exactly. I want to be sure that everybody knows about that.
It's unpasteurized. It has to.
But goat's milk it's wonderful to feed them. How do you feed goat's milk?
So it helps neutralize their stomach. It helps with diarrhea. It helps with throwing up. It helps with puppies that are having issues. It helps with muscular issues.
So how do we feed it?
How you do it is with mine, you put it in a bowl of cold water, and then it will thaw out within an hour. You shake it up really well, and then you just pour it over their food. You can pour it as just a drink. If you just add it in there once a day, it's wonderful.
Oh, Andrea, I thank you so much. I've been waiting for a long time for this to happen, and I appreciate it.
I totally appreciate it.
Someone brought snacks.
Yeah, and get the word, folks. Primal is the thing to do. You can find it at One Pet Emporium, and we've had a great time today, guys. It has been such fun. Hope you've enjoyed it too. We'll see you next week. Thanks again, Andrea.